Hi, I'm Naisha, and today I'm going to go over a reflection about my background and things. First and foremost, I am from Chicago, Illinois, specifically Inglewood, Chicago. That was more of a low income to poor area. It's in the inner city of Chicago. I currently consider myself as the working class, and I identify as African American. I'm a female and identify as hers. And I went to a Catholic school growing up in Chicago. I consider me having more of a better education than the local public schools that was around me. My mother did work extremely hard to get myself and my siblings through those schools because you did have to pay tuition there. That school eventually led me into getting into a Catholic high school. I went to De La Salle High School. What they called? The Blue Devils. That was the name, the Blue Devils. I eventually moved to Utah my junior year of high school. And that's when I found that there was exceptionally better education all around, regardless if I came from a better educational system in Chicago. It was more better out there in Utah. Those children I had access to all kind of educational tools. I had better teachers. I had better classmates. It was in a better area. We went on field trips, and I have not ever went to a field trip when I was growing up in Chicago in the school's visitation. I mean, the only thing I went to was my 8th grade trip, and that was to Six Flags Great America. And as I, moved along and I earned my master's degree and I just went through life, and I sat back and I realized that African Americans, regardless of where you are, I'm going to speak for this country. African Americans is underrepresented and neglected regardless. Underrepresented and neglected regardless. Because in Utah, there were kids out there, black kids that was in different schools, and they were special education, or they just didn't have the resources that the white schools had, that my school that was predominantly white had. And I just I'm very active, not passive. I'm very active and very passionate. That's the word I'm looking for. Passionate about being that teacher, being that voice, being an advocate to our students, our black students, and even regardless of our black students, our underrepresented and colored students. Being their voice and being there and giving them the things that I did have growing up and I didn't have. And the things that I didn't have was a teacher who really cared. The resources, different tools and things that can give you multiple stages of learning, multiple different things to learn from. Not just 1 + 1 is 2. Why does 1 + 1 equal 2? There's different things that I would love to give to my students as I pursue this teaching career. I've worked in different areas as far as CPS, RBT, registered behavior technician, and as an ABA, I've worked at mental health hospitals and everything. And our kids, our African American kids, and our kids of color, other kids of color, are unrepresented and they're neglected. And I want to be that one to be that advocate and that voice for our kids, to give them everything that they need and deserve, just like every other child in this country. And that's everything. That is about me. Thank you. And thanks for listening. Bye.